Hi, my name is Shawn Trailer. That's my friend Chris Ford. I couldn't pronounce friend there for a second, aka the Objective Geek of YouTube and Twitter. And happy New Year. You know, a lot of holidays where I was like, if you celebrate that, like, listen, you don't have to have you don't have to celebrate a Happy New Year. It just happens one way or the other. And I want you to have a happy one. So I'm not gonna disclaim it at all. I'm just gonna say you have a happy New Year because I said so. Chris, how are you? What you up to?
I am fairly good. Fairly good. Yeah. Great. Maybe even. I'm fine. Don't overhype it.
Fairly
I
good.
think I gotta go
Great, maybe
completely.
even just fine. Okay, this is a roller
Yeah.
coaster of emotions.
Yeah. Had a pretty good Christmas. Went down to Tulsa, see some family for felt very short because I dropped my kids off, and then went to Oklahoma City. Caught the Oklahoma City Thunder versus Lakers game. Really cool. Like, and when I talk about like, my top experiences, like I was like, man, was this more fun than Comic Con? It's just as fun. Although Comic Con's way cheaper, so there's that.
I believe that. But
Yeah,
like, what if
for
you went
hotel
to?
tickets and uh, oh crap, I probably spent $600. Yeah,
But like, what
yeah.
if you had gone to like a weeknight game and you didn't need the motel, right? Like, what if you took some of the variables out?
And
But
once you didn't get I got pretty good seats, which is cool. Like set, like it was almost like a Laker section because we sat over on the side. I told my mom, I said, "Oh yeah, we sat over by the bench." She was like, "You sat by the bench?" No, mom, we sat like in the area where the
the
bench was
general
at.
vicinity.
Yeah, I was not right there, be able to tap someone on the show, a professional basketball player on the show. But it was fun, fun game. Lakers won. LeBron had a great game. Scored 40, had 47 and 7. So that was cool. Just I was glad he played. I would have still enjoyed myself, but I think it was a pretty good game. I feel like this was got up by 20 at some point, but then Oklahoma City Thunder got it down to I want to say maybe six, but no, but that was a cool, great experience. My first NBA game. Maybe there'll be more in the future. But it was good to go.
What I've been to two NBA stadiums in my life, and what my favorite part was just like the environment of an NBA stadium. It was like a I don't know, like a mini mall almost in a weird way. Like, how did the environment? I've not been to Oklahoma City's arena. I'm sure it's not the most interesting as far as arenas go, but
I mean, I get what you're saying. It is like it's like a giant food court in a circle, and then there's like and then there's shops and stuff, but specifically just for that team.
yeah, well, that's cool. Hey, way to go, Lakers! Good victory. I'm not
Oh, one
anti.
thing, uh, sad mad about they're not racist. They just tend to, you see people on jumbotrons and stuff. They never show like a single Lakers fan on jumbotron. Like I felt like there was some prejudice. I mean, there definitely was prejudice there.
Some home
But come on,
team.
we all paid money for these tickets. Like there's a kids cam or something. No, no Lakers fans.
Don't you
There was
Lakers
no
fans
Lakers fans
kiss in this
at all.
house?
Yeah,
That's kind of funny,
racist.
actually. Um, that's awesome. Well, Lakers fans travel as well as any NBA fans. Well, even if they don't travel, they just exist across the United States as well as any NBA fans. So I imagine that makes for a full house, like regardless,
Yeah,
most of the time. So that's probably cool. Awesome. Was that your Christmas gift to yourself or just unrelated to yourself?
sure. Sure, we can call it that. I mean,
Nice.
Christmas was just. I just thought we were going to Tulsa, and then I was like, oh, I should just see if there happens to be a game, and there was a game on the 23rd, and then my wife agreed to it, and we went to it. So it wasn't really
Nice.
Christmas related, but Christmas adjacent.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it and had a happy holiday. And my wife and I mostly just went to Dodge City, and we stopped at like her parents and my parents and then Dodge City, and they're all kind of in a row. and it was good. And I got video games like normal, but I also got a pillow, and I really like the pillow, and that just means I think I'm getting old when I start getting stuff like pillows, and I'm like, that's a nice pillow.
Oh my gosh, no! But one time, my grandma bought me a comforter set, and I freaking loved. Like I'm like 7 years old, loved it so much. It's one of those things that you get for some reason you love it. It's just just one of those. You probably just got it cheap somewhere, and I'm so mad, Sean. I got a headache like the second night of having it. I remember like I was on the couch with it, beautiful comforter set, and then I had a headache. When I get a headache, I throw up, and I threw up all over it, and then my mom just threw it away. Like she could have just washed it.
That's a pretty lame mom move. Come on, mom.
Yeah.
That's
And I don't think she told me she threw it away because like I kept looking in the dirty clothes for it,
I.
but she definitely threw it away.
Well, she didn't want to break your heart. She knew it was a Christmas present. That's just mom trying to spare your feelings. Nope, just a sign of getting old that I got a pillow, and I used it that very night because that's how excited I was. But it's a good pillow. Well, happy holidays if you're still celebrating those. And I said happy New Year, and kind of sort of in the spirit of New Year's in a couple days. This episode we thought we would do just a nice Avatar year in review. So look back at 2023 and all the interesting Avatar things that happened, the bigger bits of news that were announced, and maybe just our own personal things in 2023 that we care to talk about. I have very little structure or outline for this. I have bullet points that consist of novel, TV series news, Avatar Studios news, board game, video game. That's the structure that I have down for this episode.
All right, well, let's just go through. Let's go through it. I have a list also, and I will chime in on my list.
Fantastic. Chris, this year we got the second Yang Chen novel, and we had feelings about it. Not bad feelings. Above average mixed reviews. Feelings about it.
Do we have mixed reviews? I don't think.
Not mixed sounds too negative. It is between like mixed and
mixed reviews are. Anytime I hear mixed reviews, I think very negative of it. But
to me mixed is like average, but okay, fair enough.
Oh no, I think mixed is
like there's bad and there's good
reviews,
and then there's mixed.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but when I think of a anything that got mixed reviews, no. I feel no. You know what? Forget. I don't get what you're saying because say if like
I'm de-understanding what you just said.
Yeah, I de-understand. I pretty much I disagree with you. Anyway, like say if a movie gets mixed reviews, right? When I see that, I think, oh, 50% of people like the movie, and 50% of people didn't like the movie, got mixed reviews.
Okay.
So then if you apply that to the Yang Chen novel, that makes it seem like, oh, 50% of it was great, 50% of it was not good.
Fair enough.
I would say we were pretty good on it.
Yeah.
I would say the Dawn of Yang Chen had mixed reviews.
Ooh,
but Legacy of Yang Chen had pretty positive reviews from us.
That's fair. 7.5 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 territory, I think, is where we landed, give or take. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But then alongside that, in the same world of novels, we were introduced to the next novelist from the Avatar Studios, the next author, whose name I do not remember, and I'm going to try to Google it really quick, and to the idea of the Avatar Roku novel, which we have recently complained a little bit about because it feels a bit Star Warsy. But like a busy year in novels. You know, we got a book, we got the next announcement, we got a new author to talk about. So as far as Avatar literature goes, it's a busy year.
Yeah, I think it was. No, I'll say that for a wrap up. When it comes to novels, yeah, I was I think the legacy of Yang Chen is probably the biggest Avatar thing that's like very tangible this last year. There's also good slash great. Don't want people to think there's mixed reviews on it. Because I think really bad. I don't remember if we talked about it, but we were fairly positive. And then the announcement of Roku was I feel like was probably less than its reviews from us because we weren't excited about it. But maybe that will change in 2024.
And I cannot for the life of me find that other author's name. All I keep
Yeah.
finding is the name of the next Avatar novel, which is The Reckoning of Roku, which I don't. Something about the
I
word
feel like it's gonna be. I feel like it's just another word for the recon of Roku.
the
Like that's
the
retcon,
retcon.
not
Yeah,
recon, retcon. The retcon of Roku.
they're
Like,
trying
oh, let's
to
make him seem better than he was.
trying to paint that guy
Like,
in a
and I feel
better
like they
light.
will. And there needs to be failures in the Avatar lineage. Everyone can't be shooting, batting 1,000, shooting 80% from free throw. There got to be some failures in there, to add more weight to it. To like, hey, you know what? Not everybody succeeds at this. Like, even Korra has plenty of. She's had setbacks. I wouldn't call her one thing. I think she's the best Avatar there ever was. Um, but Quark, he did a so-so job, but there's reasonings for it. But you know what? Some people can do a bad job and there not be a very detailed, uh, excusable reasoning for it. And I feel like this novel is going to be like retconning things that don't need to be retconned.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to say the retcon. I don't know if that's quite the right word in my head, but it's almost like the. It's going to feel like revisionist history a little bit. Like seeing it from a different perspective is going to paint it in a better light or whatever. It's going to be weird to me like that, but
Yeah. It's going to
uh,
be like, you guys don't understand. Sozin was actually a anti-hero, and that's why Roku didn't want to kill him, because it felt like so and so would happen, and then there would be downfall in the Fire Nation if he. Oh man, they might do that.
or even
Might be
just
in
that
my
like
mind. Of like
Roku's
if
failures come
Roku killed the
from
Fire Lord.
even just that his failures come from more of like highly relatable, could have happened to anybody kind of trickery rather than just like
No, no, no.
loyalty and bad choices. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
But I'm gonna read it,
we will read it, and who knows, we
and
might have mixed
I'll,
reviews. But listen, in the context of us, if we both read it and we're both like, nah, that's not mixed anymore. That's straight up negative. Um,
true. There's that difference.
Chris, did you read any other books this year? Because I did not. I read one book this year.
You mean in general?
Yeah, in general. I'm trying to wrap in the popular culture here.
Uh,
Oh,
I didn't read any other popular culture books. I had to read some books for work about
you
leadership and stuff
leadership
like that.
books. My friend, the other Tracy Ford, white male Tracy Ford, his brother Kevin Ford wrote a book, like a young adult novel, and I did buy it to be supportive. Uh, and I did not read it because I don't like to read books. It's sitting on my dresser for like 2 months now,
Are you
just waiting.
are you close to this person?
Yeah, they are my second cousins, I think.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they live.
So if you
It's
don't
funny.
like
I
the
think they live
book,
in Topeka.
so if you don't like the book, what happened? Are you afraid that you might not like the book?
No, I think I would probably appreciate the book. It seems to have like a tone and a subject matter that I would appreciate, or a tone and theme that I would
Okay.
appreciate. It's just like the daunting nature of like picking up a book and reading, which I don't do very
Hmm.
often. But hey, I saw, actually, just out of curiosity, I read some of his reviews on Amazon, and like they're like strong positive reviews. So good job, Kevin.
Hmm. Good.
Looks like it's doing good.
Nice. Not mixed.
Not mixed, no, decidedly positive, at least among its current reader base. Chris, I don't know what to say about the comics. We did review one comic issue this year. Did anything happen in the exciting world of Avatar: The Last Airbender comics?
I mean, I liked Azula and the Spirit Temple a lot more than I thought I would. You know, check out our review of that.
Hmm?
Um, it
As did
was
I, actually.
exactly what I thought it would be. People's expectations were probably much too high. Mine were just in line with where I thought it would be at, and that probably helped my viewpoint of it.
I think
Other than that, I'll go ahead.
no, you just during that review you offered very thoughtful perspective on why and why to frame your expectations in a certain way, and it all made a lot of sense to me. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah,
Not enough to like go pick up every Avatar comic because it's just not my thing, but enough that the next time you say, "Hey, I like this one, let's look at it," I will happily do that.
I do think because I want to talk about the negatives of this year. So I was going to open up with my general consensus of the year.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's too late now. Uh, I'll wrap up with it.
Done ruined it.
But the comics this year were few and far between. It might have just been the Azula and the Spirit Temple, but that in of itself is disappointing because we need more Avatar comics. Like we need Avatar from all different avenues: comics, novels, movies, TV. And when it comes to comics, we didn't get anything but a 30 page. I don't know, it's like 90 pages. 90 page comic can be out of continuity if you wanted to. It doesn't really connect to anything. Azul and the Spirit Temple, and hopefully we get more of that. I would love to get some Korra comics coming up and continue her story or anything
Or some
really.
comics unrelated to characters that we have a lot of content on, where those comics
Yeah.
will probably
For some
not be
reason, I
able
think.
to tell highly impactful stories if they stay
Yeah. I
in
mean,
loop.
I would love that also, but for some reason, I think novels is the best route to go for new characters. I
Probably
don't know
just
why.
from the
I don't know
amount,
why
like
I
the
think that,
no, just from the
but
scope that you can fit into a singular novel and the time you get to develop it. Like it feels like a good place to
yeah, you can
explore.
world build. You have time to world build in a novel rather than a 300 page graphic novel. But yeah,
Especially if you know you get two of them in advance,
yes,
right? Then you can
uh,
craft a pretty hefty story. I would agree with that sentiment. Chris, what about in the larger scope of comic books? What did you read this year that hit you just right or just wrong?
man, I've been slacking on comic books this year. I really have been. Like, I no longer buy comics because right now on my nightstand is just stacks of comics that I've never read, and I have no intention of reading them. I did when I bought them, but I don't anymore, and so I don't really buy that many comics anymore. I just wait till they hit Hoopla, and then I read them there. But nothing really stuck out this year so far. Yeah, I wasn't really like each like end of each year. I come up with like my top 20 things just in general in media.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a single comic. 2023 has been a weird year in general. I think like I wasn't that amazed, blown away by as much stuff as I typically am in a year.
They're not new, but I did reread the entire Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover.
Oh,
Both
okay.
both volumes, I guess is the right term,
Hmm.
which shows my level of understanding of comics. And those are just they're just a fun short romp. That's probably the best way to describe those.
Yeah, there was a not a rumor. It was the heads of Warner Brothers who owns DC Comics and Batman, met with the heads of Paramount, which owns Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they also own Avatar. They met about a merger, which I'm highly against. Way too many mergers now nowadays. Anyway, not to get into that. Like anyway, not good for competition. Um, but people are like, of course, most people are like, this is bad news, and then we later start to think, okay, but if this ever happened, maybe we get a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman like live action movie or something to do the comic book. And I was like, sure, I'm cool with it. Fine. That's
I mean, I
I'll
wouldn't be
take it.
opposed to it, but that feels like one of those things that's better left in just again a
It probably is
short.
Shawn, but I would still watch it. Also, I love. Have you've seen the animated movie? Haven't you?
No, I haven't. That's in my notes to do
Holy
though.
crap,
Is that
dude!
people? Wait, no, hold on. The animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from Seth Rogen, or the one that you own
No,
on Vudu?
no, that one, the one I own on Voodoo.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, the okay, great.
the Seth Rogen
I love that
one is
movie.
on my list because I heard that it
Yeah,
was like a mildly entertaining animated film.
yeah. I think it's overrated.
Okay,
Um, but like enjoying myself
okay, fair
enough
enough.
in it, but I
Uh,
don't care to watch it again.
That's on my list of
You know,
things
I
that I
would,
wanted to do in 23 but missed.
yeah. Like when it comes to the other Ninja Turtles movie, I would honestly rather watch the Michael Bay ones. I think,
Don't you shut your mouth. I'm going to mute you. I'll mute you right
even
now.
though the second one butchered Casey Jones, like oh my
Ugh.
terrible Casey Jones, and then Megan Fox, April O'Neil, so so. No, not so so. That's
Mm-mm.
too positive. Um,
Ugh, gross.
Man,
Uh,
rewatching April O'Neil in the first one is so good. She is the perfect reporter archetype of a character. Like she's involved in the plot. Like she is before she even meets Ninja Turtles, she's investigating the Foot Clan. She's like, there's this clan from Japan, and they've come over here. And then the chief of police was like trying to shut her up and mute her, and then the Foot Clan sends Shredder sends the Foot Clan to go like shut her up or kill her or something, and then just go save her, and it blends in so well. She's so good in that
that's
role.
just, I mean, that's like just the early 90s cartoon. That's like exactly how that fell out in the early 90s cartoon. Late 80s? Early 90s. Probably early 90s.
I
That's
really don't care
exactly
for
how
that
that went
cartoon.
down. It's great. Love that cartoon. Um, have that recorded on VHS. It was like Saturday mornings. My mom was diligent, put in the VHS. No
Oh,
DVR back
nice.
then. Uh, yeah, Chris, I have seen the crossover movie, and I enjoyed it. Again, I don't, I'd watch more of it, but I don't know. It seems like something that seemed perfectly fine left in a small slice. But anyway, Chris, what about we got a lot of TV series news this year about the live action TV series because we are coming up on go time.
Yeah, we are less than 60 days away.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I've,
have
al-
to
I've already
drive.
marked my I've already marked my work calendar. I'm taking off the 22nd and the 23rd. I'm gonna binge starting Wednesday night whenever it's released. Although I don't think they're released until 3 in the morning, so I won't do that then. I'll just wake up and watch it. Um, but we don't have a plan yet on how we're gonna do it. Probably review it. Probably do a non-spoiler review, then a spoiler review, then an episode by episode review.
What if we
Yeah.
did? I want to keep people on the hook. What if you do the basic non-spoiler review and you keep it really light, and you do episode by episode,
Oh, okay.
so you don't give it
Yeah,
all away up front.
that could work too.
Chris, I'm gonna have to drive to your house because of Netflix's weird theft location check-in requirements. I have to drive to your house, my device, log on your Wi-Fi to steal your Netflix. Or realistically, I'll probably just buy Netflix for like 2 months, and I'll call it a day. I'm not proud of it.
Wait, so there's 8 hours in the show. You could come to my house and we could record ourselves watching the whole.
Just the
That's
entire
that's a
thing.
long marathon.
I could do a
It's a
binge
long
day.
marathon.
Yeah, why not? I can do a binge day. It seems easier than stealing Netflix these days, you know?
Well, then we could do a reaction video for each one. But reaction videos take a little. They gotta be heavy editing and reaction videos, but and reviews for each episode. I don't know. We'll see. Or you can. I'm sure Netflix will. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. Yeah.
I feel like Netflix won't. Well, I wonder what people are doing for like the other live action shows. How live reaction videos, like what do you have to do to avoid getting flagged? You know, in those videos,
Oh,
what are the common themes?
typically they try to keep it to. I might say they show no more than a quarter of it. And then I mean I watch a lot of reaction YouTubers. Um, ones I love is they're called the Normies. Very diverse group of people. Um, love their reactions to several different shows and stuff. In fact, their first reactions I watched was Avatar related, and man, that was like 6 years ago. Now they've got it used to just be like four people on the couch. Now they got kind of a whole network of people and different anyway. But typically, I want to say no more than a quarter to a third of an episode that they would actually show, like in a little, but they show a little part of it on the box. Every now and then they might blur it out or something. But
Noted. I don't watch a lot of reaction. I tend to watch almost all reviews, just straight up reviews, but really reaction. Wonder why. Anyway, we went everything from, at the beginning of 2023, cast members, getting cast members and snippets and images, to end of 2023, finally got a trailer. A trailer that we generally liked.
Yeah, I said before that the Legacy of Next Gen novel was the biggest tangential content we got from Avatar, but the trailer for the Netflix is probably the biggest thing in Avatar to happen in the fandom because people don't read the novels like they should, but they should. But yeah, that was I think probably the biggest thing that happened this year for Avatar.
And
I'm really curious.
We generally liked the trailer. We have generally liked the cast. Chris even hit on a couple of them. I'm to the Jason Mantzoukas episodes of.
Wait. Are you saying that I hit on them?
No, you had. Didn't you pick two of them correctly, or just one?
Oh.
Hit on a couple of guesses. Also,
John, when you said I hit on them, that made it sound like I came on to them.
You did. I saw your DMs.
I'm like, yeah, I thought the ancient actress was very attractive.
Exactly.
Other than that, I didn't snug eye contact them or anything.
You reached out to.
Yes, I was correct on the Fire Lord Ozai casting.
We mostly liked that.
I did not hit on Daniel Day-Kim.
Did not. That's a shame. He seems like a handsome guy. And I'm gonna maintain, and we kind of did it in our trailer. Our excitement levels. I'm still very middle of the road. Excitement levels.
I'm at 85.
But Chris, that's my segue into my next point, and also our chat next week. Come back next week. We'll get more into this. But what about the other TV shows? Any TV shows you feel like bringing up new to 2023? but these other Netflix live action shows, such as perhaps One Piece or Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's interesting? I still haven't finished One Piece yet. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I just didn't finish. I think I didn't finish it because I'm scared that the show will never end, and I don't want to get invested in a show that will never end.
Fair
That's my
enough.
concern about Netflix, because Netflix will be like name two. Oh crap! My battery's about to die. I gotta move over here. Like name two Netflix original shows that actually ended.
That ended. Oh my goodness. No, I got nothing. What? But I also don't have Netflix, so I'm not just on there exploring. But I got nothing.
That's
Oh
true.
wait.
I mean, I guess
Is The
Stranger
Witcher?
Things would
Is
be
The
the.
Witcher done?
Oh, Witcher. No, Witcher has issues galore.
But it's not done.
And no, it's not done.
Huh. Okay. Never mind.
Henry Cavill left it. Uh,
That's why I was
and
like, hey, maybe they wrapped that up.
no, they didn't wrap it up. It's still going.
Okay. Nope. I got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I know they'll end Stranger Things. That's their biggest thing. Oh, they're doing a prequel to it, also, I think.
Eh.
But that's not important.
Season 4 was so uninteresting to me that I have no desire to
Yeah.
continue pursuing it. Which is probably also true of like the Dragon Prince, except for I'll keep watching it because there's dragons involved and I got a soft spot. Have a
Oh my
problem.
gosh. I need to get back into it at some point. I've lost a lot of interest in that, which is a shame.
Season 4, maybe that's Netflix's Doom season.
Maybe. So my point. So One Piece had really good success, and One Piece fans, I've only seen positive things from them about it. So
Same.
that's
Seems
really good. Um,
they made me want to watch it. I'm not like I don't watch the anime at all. I'm familiar enough with the concept. It seems interesting. The
yeah.
reviews made me want to watch it on Netflix. So when I buy
Yeah,
1 month
the
of
cast.
Netflix to review, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, the cast seemed great. So I think that success of that show could be indicative of the success of Avatar. Yu Yu Hakusho. This we'll go in further detail next week because I love Yu Yu Hakusho. The anime is my favorite anime ever. Next week will be an episode of me giving a semi review of it and it might um how it might um indicate
Harold
how yeah
predict.
yeah how this adaptation might predict how the Avatar Netflix show will go. So another show though that's doing really well is the Percy Jackson adaptation on Disney
Which I
Plus.
have a
Like
really hard time believing. I know I'm
it's
just
gotten
scarred by the
I haven't seen
movies.
it yet, but it's gotten pretty high uh reviews, high rating, not ratings, high yeah ratings.
Yeah, ratings.
Um, and so like Percy Jack, but no offense against Percy Jackson, I'm sure as I know there's a lot of diehard Percy Jackson fans, but Avatar is much bigger than
Infinitely
Percy
better.
Jackson.
Absolutely. You know what?
Um,
I even liked the concept of the first movie, and I
I like the
enjoyed
first movie.
the
Yeah,
books to some
I never
degree.
read the book because I don't read.
That was a long time ago when I had to read books. Chris, House of Dragons, that was technically 2023, right? Early 23?
Oh my gosh, was it? I don't think so, Sean.
Is that late?
No, it wasn't.
It
That was
had
late 2022.
late 22? Okay, never mind. Yeah,
I
so that
think
being
so.
said, I watched basically no new TV this year, which is kind of, I don't know
Well,
about depressing,
it's
but
not fully your fault. The last half of 2023, there was a writer strike and an actor strike,
hmm,
and so they had to push all that stuff out into push a lot of stuff out.
I would say that we, as in Heather and I, have like caught up on series that we never watched before, like in 2023, uh, Modern Family, and this one other one that we had never watched before that we watched in its entirety and enjoyed both of. I'll remember it momentarily. But no, not much new TV in 2023 for me. Um,
Yeah.
Chris, what about Avatar Studios news and announcements. We already talked about the Roku novel. There's been movies and TV announced, I believe.
I don't think any TV has been announced
No TV?
yet.
Gotta go look and
No,
see.
no TV, no TV. The only thing that's been officially announced is the movie with official images and artwork. So that was really exciting. That might have been like the third most exciting thing to happen in the Avatar realm.
Earth,
Was
it
seeing
was
like the
the Earth Avatar animated series 2025.
okay.
Earth
Was that
Avatar
was
after
that
Aang and
announced?
Korra.
Was that like officially announced?
Oh,
It
I
might have
don't.
been officially announced.
No, probably not.
I forgot. Man, I forgot. It's a long year. And
Probably
it's always
not.
hard to discern between what was officially announced and what was heavily rumored by Avatar News, which no longer does its thing anymore.
I know. How
Or their
sad.
thing.
He was our go-to for the rumor mill.
Yeah. And right, about 85% of the time.
There were seeds of truth in everything that he said, at
Yeah.
a bare minimum. But yeah, okay. So adult gang movie. Uh,
Yes. That is definite. That
z-
was supposed to come out a week after the Batman in 2025, the Batman Part 2 in 2025. For some reason, I don't think they're going to stick to that date. Not because of the Batman, just because I just foresee them pushing things back.
yeah, fair enough. And it's very exciting to me because it is kind of breaking new ground for animated canon Avatar to be in a movie. Not kind of, it is. And so that's probably, I don't know, not the most exciting thing that happened all year, but one of the things I'm most excited about of all future Avatar
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm excited. The thing I'm most excited about the movie is 2D animation being back in theaters. Like, seeing anime movies in theaters, it's freaking amazing. Like, the animation looks so good. Avatar is so different from anime. Um,
Yeah.
it's a much different kind of type of animation, but Avatar is beautiful animation all the time, and so I'm looking forward to that.
I found just a quick timeline from the avatarnews.co website, just like a timeline with pictures, and it's got summer. Oh, that's funny. It has summer 2023 as the live action launch date. So that is, inaccurate. But just on here, it shows adult team Avatar movie, Zuko movie, new Earth Avatar animated series, and spin off animated series. And that's what it's got up here. Wonder what spin off animated series was. Totally forget that. But no, very excited for 2D animation and for feature length film time. I think it'll be exciting. Uh, Stoked for it, actually. I don't know why I'm being so modest, but very excited for that. Hopefully it's good. And also,
First image was great.
is it fair to say that will be the first Avatar Studios content on screen? Am I thinking about that right, timeline wise?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that'd be fantastic. Chris, while we're on the topic of movies, you're a movie guy. It doesn't feel like you went to as many movies this year. Is that a true statement?
That is a true statement.
By design
Partially,
or
like, no, not my, partially it's because so many things did get pushed back because of the writers and because of all the
oh
strikes.
yeah, makes sense.
But there just wasn't a lot of. This was a weird year. Like, there wasn't any from all the movies I saw, and I probably saw, I don't know, 12 in theaters. I think like on average I went maybe once a month. I maybe loved two, but even those, like I love Blue Beetle, but I haven't revisited it yet, and it's on HBO Max. And so I probably don't love it as much as I did when I first watched it. I haven't even revisited it yet. Um, I just saw Aquaman 2, which was actually it was good. Wasn't I love the first one a lot. I think it's great. The second one wasn't as good, but Black Manta looks so good all throughout the movie. Love Black Manta. Um, but yeah, so I saw a bunch of superhero movies. I think besides superhero movies, I didn't see a lot of stuff. Saw Barbie and Oppenheimer. Oh, I saw Godzilla minus one. That might be my
I
favorite movie of
heard
the year.
very good things about that.
Yeah, great movie. Thing is, halfway, 2/3 through it, I was like, cool, enjoying the movie, no issues with it at all. And in the final act, I was like, this movie is incredible. Like, it's great.
That's one
Like,
of
and I
those
was
movies too
crying
that
at the end of the movie, and I was like, wow, I didn't expect for it to elicit this emotion from me. And I don't like Godzilla movies really. I don't. I don't care for the big monster kaiju films, but this one uh just done really really well.
is it in the same timeline as Kong versus Godzilla? Is it the same universe or is it
No,
totally
it's
separate?
completely totally different universe. You don't have to know a single jack thing about Godzilla in this film. Completely, it is by. You might not like. You got to read subtitles. They don't have a. It is. It is. This is an international film. This was not made by American producers. It was made by Japanese filmmakers and studios and stuff. And so there are some things to it that are kind of weird. like like they react. There's a scene. It takes place during the end of World War II, so it's in Japan. Um, in Japan, if you don't know, had kamikaze pilots. Kamikaze pilots are pilots who purposely committed suicide and like flew their planes into enemy combatants and things like that. So the story is about a kamikaze pilot who was a coward. I don't blame him, and didn't go through with it. And like he deals with that shame and stuff like that. But like he keeps being on this pathway of being interacting with Godzilla, or like he keeps being in these like catastrophic events that involves Godzilla. And so it's kind of a story about that, about honor. What does it really mean? What does it mean to want to live? What does it mean to not want to die? Things like that. Great film. We'll watch it again.
And that's a film I did not hear anything about until I started seeing people post on social media about it. I was like, what are you talking about? Godzilla Minus One? What a stupid movie title. And I looked it
I
up and
still
it's got
don't
really good
understand the
reviews.
movie title,
Yeah, that's
but
weird. I actually saw a relatively large number of new-ish movies, not newish, new movies this year, Chris, at least for me. Now, some of them were just bad Nicolas Cage films. I wish I could take that time back in my life. I saw John Wick 4, which I liked. It's my third favorite behind the first and the second, better than the third.
I
I
didn't watch the
saw
third.
Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves did not perform extremely well, but it's sad because it was an entertaining movie that treated the source material in a very respectful but not too serious way. Like they made a good movie first and worried about the source material second. Indiana Jones I liked more than the Crystal Skull, but less than the other Indiana Jones movies. Right? It's
Fun
like,
fact for me, I've only seen Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I
uh,
haven't seen any of the other ones.
Chris,
We're on vacation at Disney World, no Disneyland, a long time ago when I was in college. My wife had a professional job, so she paid for us to go to Disneyland. And we saw that whatever movie theater was actually at Disneyland because we were just bored and wanted to go to the movies. And saw Kingdom of Crystal Skull. Wasn't great, but that's the only Indiana Jones film I've ever seen.
the I don't know if they're gonna appeal to you just a whole lot, but I don't know. I do like the originals. I have a lot of nostalgia for them, and that could always be clouding it. But this is better than Crystal Skull. I did see that, and then I feel like I didn't see Barbie or Oppenheimer because neither of those appealed to me too much. But my wife did enjoy Barbie. But mostly, I just wanted to bring up that the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and I heard rumors for a while that there'd be a sequel, and then they went away. And I think it's just because it didn't make a lot of money. But it's a shame because
Probably
it was
won't.
just an enjoyable experience. That was, again, it was a good movie first, but it still was good to the source material, and I very much enjoyed it. So saw maybe more new movies this year than normal. Was there any new? What was like the new Disney Pixar movies and that sort of thing this year? Were there any? Surely there were.
Um, Wish came out. Uh, did not perform that well.
I did
No
not
one's
see
really
that.
talking about it.
That
It
must be a
just came
bad
out like
sign that I'm
a
not
couple
familiar
weeks
with it.
ago. Um, I can't think of the other movie. It
Hmm,
also did not perform well.
that's too bad.
Oh, Elemental. Elemental. That's
Oh,
what it
that one
was.
didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Chris, final thoughts on movies?
Nothing.
Nothing. Go watch the other Indiana Jones someday, just for fun. I can't promise that you'll get much out of them, but just for the same reason that I feel like you, as a movie person, had to watch the original 3 Star Wars at some point that you didn't love. Similar reasons. Chris, this year in Avatar World, we got, I'm gonna say, 2.5 games. We got a tabletop
I don't
game.
know what the half one you're talking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a tabletop game, which is one of those games, and we got a video game, which is apparently an atrocity to gaming and is appearing on lots of top 10 worst games of the years lists because
Really?
I love watching
Wow.
those videos.
I don't see. I don't watch those
I do. I
type of. I
love
watch
that.
movies, but not video games.
Oh, across the board, Chris. I love
Oh,
movies,
random
TVs.
thing. How do you feel about Baldur's Gate 3 getting Game of the Year? I never even heard of this game until it won like Game of the Year.
Uh, Chris, it is a. I haven't played it. It is a phenomenon, and it had my vote, or was tied with the Spider-Man video game for my vote of game of the year. It
You
is.
played the Spider-Man video game?
Nope, just watching lots of reviews and trying to have a mildly
Oh, okay.
informed opinion about both. About lots of games. Like Zelda is the obvious answer for us, right? Like we've played it. I guess you could have
Yeah.
played Spider-Man. But
I
what
haven't. I just got it for Christmas. I haven't played it yet. It's downloaded and everything. I just haven't started it.
Baldur's Gate is uh, in the D&D universe, and it was the perfect time for that game to come out and cash in on the fact that more people during the pandemic, started playing D&D than ever before. And it's a really big game at a really good time in a good way. So, I would have been happy with either of those two, or like I said, Zelda seems like an obvious pick. But next to those two, that just feels like too much Nintendo fanboy for me. So, yeah, I was for that. Did you have a strong opinion?
I mean, I I have an opinion. It's fairly invalid because I only played one game.
Same,
Um,
same. I'm only working
but
from the Zelda angle
and
here.
so yeah, I'm gonna say Zelda because Tears of the Kingdom somehow made um, Breath of the Wild feel like a demo. And Breath of the Wild completely revolutionized a 30-year archetype of a game and improved on it. It took a huge chance, and the Tears of the Kingdom made it feel like it was a B plus game. And the story was great. I spent a good solid 200 hours of just joy and fun playing that game. Like I said, I can't tell you how that is to other games. I've played, previous Spider-Man games before, and I played the Spider-Man, the first one for PS4, and also the Miles Morales one, and I doubt it can make a huge improvement over those two. Like I'm thinking it'll be more of the same. And Baldur's Gate just doesn't seem like much of a game.
Uh,
Um,
it's definitely not your type of game, but exactly those reasons that you're saying are what made me think that Baldur's Gate was like a bigger revelation in the year 2023, as opposed to a Spider-Man game that was more obviously amazing Spider-Man, or Zelda that was more Zelda. Chris, I still hold it against against the Ultra Hand. Like, I don't like building stuff all that much. That's the one thing that holds me back from that game. When I play it, I essentially try to avoid building. But those two games that were, the next game in the series, whereas Baldur's Gate was just a massive new revelation. And then the other game is that I thought that people kind of forget is 2023 was Hogwarts Legacy, and it is a very good game, but it's not a game of the year game. It's just a game that a lot of people really enjoy, but it's not like quite polished enough.
I haven't even probably gotten a quarter through that game. I feel like I'm wasting my money.
I
feel like I need. I'm not saying I waste my money buying it. I waste my money buying it early on. But I've been doing that to a bunch of games lately. Like I just don't. I'm just not as into gaming as I used to be.
That's what Avatar needs to do, though. That's what Avatar needs to do, is just take like 100 years, step back, just open up the world a little bit. And it was a really good, what do you call it, like blueprint for what I want Avatar to do. And it did it well with Hogwarts, with Harry Potter. Harry Potter obviously carries just some clout in the namesake as well. But they did a really good, admirable job. And I feel like it came out early in the year, so it didn't get any consideration because Game of the Year is usually a fall release. Yeah. But the other half game, Chris, is we did get All-Star Brawl 2, I think, technically.
Oh, yeah. That's what
that's the half game. But tabletop game...
I'm going to wait till I can get that for 19, I think. Maybe even 15. I'll probably have to wait a year to get it for 15.
I will... Yeah, both of those games, I'm going to wait for that $15 mark. The Avatar game. I think
Avatar Quest for Balance, I'll give it 20. 19.9. I'll buy it 19.9. Right now it's at 29 on Amazon. But
I will buy it 19.9 just to play it for this show. Yeah. That is it. That's the only reason that I would justify that.
And also I have to physically own it.
I do. Yeah, I will. I do. I own lots of crap I'm not proud of.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that with a lot of games, but because it's Avatar related, I do want to physically own it.
I am like that with a lot of games, and I do want it on my shelf just so I can look at it and be like, that's a bad memory of a thing that happened, and I see it all the time. But Chris, for what it's worth, and we'll play it someday, the tabletop game got decent reviews, but relative to the world of fairly complicated new tabletop games, decent is good. Finding out, balancing things in those games is very challenging. It's a smaller, more niche market, so you got a smaller number of reviews of people who take that stuff very seriously. So it got decent reviews, but I would consider that a good thing. So good for you, tabletop game. We will play you someday.
Oh, the other game, so 3.5 maybe, is the Avatar Generations mobile game. It was birthed in 2023 and died in 2023.
I completely forgot that game existed, and that's the story of that game. Yeah. That's its whole lifespan. We already kind of touched on it a little bit. Chris, what other games do you play in 2023? Because I just keep playing Skyrim again and again and again.
Pretty much Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
That was my main thing. I don't know. I dabbled here and there some things, but this gaming just isn't. I'm just not there like I used to be.
Well,
gaming just isn't enticing me.
It's a bigger time commitment and a bigger energy commitment. But
it just needs to be great to take my time.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have other hobbies that I have with love.
Well, Chris, that's the end of my list. Tell me about your other 2023, your goods, your bads, your uglies.
I think you. Let's see. Yeah, you hit on everything on my list, Avatar related. Dang it. Can't see you, Shawn. Did I hang up on you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, whatever. There you are. 2023. I'll do my overall thoughts because I didn't do them at the beginning. 2023 for Avatar. The year felt like a bit of a disappointment, almost like a setup year. Like it's almost like the rebuilding year for a franchise. Like we
Trust the process.
didn't yeah, trust the process. Avatar Studios had a big failure in video games. No, I'm sorry, people. Had a big failure in video games, and that was unfortunate. They really need to take a step back with video games and focus. Even if they put in the same commitment they put into the Legend of Korra video game, which is I think it's a good, it's a great game. Even that would have been better, but really, I expect more. I expect a whole. I expect you to go full either Hogwarts Legacy or Tears of the Kingdom. One of
It
those
is,
ways. I'll
yeah,
prefer Tears of the Kingdom. It'll probably be a little cheaper, maybe.
probably, yeah.
Just because you don't have to worry about the graphics of it, and that would fit in more with the animation style. Um,
It doesn't have to be. We're
Although if
not
you
saying
want
it has to be
to,
Tears of the Kingdom big. It just has to be Tears of the Kingdom in principle. Like, it doesn't.
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like we're not asking. They need to step back from video games, and then they need to not release anymore unless they are worthwhile.
yeah. So take a step back from video games, get a good team together to make a well thought out. I think new video games would be a great place for new stories, new characters. I think, um, and then novels wise, really enjoy the Legacy of Yang Chen. I mean, I still expect, man, could we get 2 novels a year?
That's a
Yeah,
lot of dev.
yeah, but it's like a different writer for each one.
Oh, I mean, I suppose it could, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't know, just need more Avatar content. Um, and looking forward to the movies. I got no notes on the movies. I have full confidence in Mike and Bryan. Netflix show looks good. Looks like it's going to be good. It'll probably be. I wonder, will they do 3 seasons? Looks like they will, which makes me think that they will at least end the story.
No, they're
So
gonna
that's
do a
good.
fourth season.
You know what? They might do a 4th season. They
They
actually might
might.
do a 4th season because they could easily adapt. Um, I mean, because there was a time that they thought very briefly about doing a like just a thought, not like oh we're developing it, but there was a thought at one point about doing the search essentially in animation, either a movie or a show. No, I think they were thinking about a movie, but like I said, just a thought wasn't really in development, and so yeah, I could see them actually doing a 4th season. Um,
And that's where it'll go off the rails.
but we'll see.
I have nothing to add to that, Chris. As beautifully stated, felt like a waiting year mostly, but it's all starting to come to fruition. Like it feels like stuff's actually right around the corner. It was good in terms of
Yeah.
Avatar. Chris, anything else? Final thoughts? We don't really do. We always complain every year. We don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I'm gonna try to drink more water, but not just New Year resolution. That's just something I need to do as a human.
I love water.
Water's
Favorite
gross,
drink.
Chris. I gotta get over
I
it,
love
but
it.
water's
Oh my
gross.
gosh. I love getting cold water. You can just feel it going down your throat and stuff.
That's
It's
so weird. I hate
so good.
exactly that feeling you're describing.
I
I do.
love
I
that feeling,
despise that. Unless I'm
especially when
actually
you're
like,
parched
unless I'm
and like,
exercise hot, which I rarely am because I do not exercise that much. Therein lies part of my problem.
one of my goals is to, which I'm starting now, is become better at chess. I just started playing like 3 days ago because my kids play chess, and I bought my son a Mario chess piece, So the different chess pieces are Mario characters, which he
Awesome.
loves to play. And he's beaten me 3 out of 4 times.
Nice.
And so,
What do you me?
but
Uh,
I'm learning
my goal
and,
is to
I'm practicing.
my goal is to be less fiscally irresponsible because Heather and I were discussing the other day that 2023 was like our most expensive year ever. Outside of like, if you don't count the year where you like put a down payment on a house,
No,
like
you know
if you don't count that, it has been our most
that's
expensive.
responsible spending.
Yeah, that's like yeah. So on irresponsible like patios, etc., trips, things like that. Uh, and like we're fine. We didn't like spend ourselves in the dumps. We just like looked back and said, "Hey, that was pretty pricey. let's not do that again."
Every every time I come across random videos of like Dave Ramsey talking to people, I'm just like,
Ugh,
man, you people did not plan your lives well.
no,
But
no. It's depressing to me. The number of people that don't understand like credit card interest, for example, things like that.
yeah.
It's unfortunate, but nope. We spent too much money in 2023. We're gonna try to chill a little harder in 2024. Then back to
Yeah, I
blowing
definitely
money in
did.
25.
It's funny when I think about like I've always had a good amount of discretionary income to spend on myself, but there's a point in time in my life where I was like, nah, I don't want to buy that $14 action figure on set. And now I'm like, it's not like I don't think about it. I just buy it.
Yep.
Brand new action figures, $24. I mean, luckily I get paid a lot more than I do now than I
Sure.
did
Sure.
before.
Natural way of
But
things.
but I'll probably be slowing down a little bit 'cause I have so much stuff and less room. Um, I say that, I always say that, but I can easily make room somewhere. Like if I just take down 2 posters, that's a whole nother wall. Crap, now I'm thinking about
Think of all that space you'd have to fill up with more stuff.
it. Yeah, that should look pretty cool too.
Listen, I got a full wall thing going over here, and I think it's great. Just throwing it out there. Love the full wall look. But anyway, Chris, happy 2023 and welcoming in 2024 to you. Thanks for hanging out. Next week, we're going to talk about Netflix a little more, specifically Yu Yu Hakusho, and how we think it will predict or relate to the success or potential success of the Avatar series. So come back for that. In the meantime, have a happy new year, and I hope you ring in the new year with something good, something positive. I'll leave the description, all the stuff about us down in the chat. Any interaction that you leave with us that is positive, like thumbs ups and good reviews and comments and things like that, we'd love those. Those are super helpful. Thank you in advance. And yeah, that's it. That's all from me. We'll see you next time.
Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy New Year. TLC.
I knew it was worth leaving you unmuted. I knew it. I sensed it.
TLC is so interesting. Like
It's a strange
all that
trajectory for a band.